Okay, well, welcome to the Pankhurst Centre. My name is Emma, I'm the Heritage Manager, and I'm here today talking to Sarah Allen from Leeds Museums and Galleries about a different suffragette from our usual Pankhurst family, but this is someone who has links with the Pankhurst family. This is Leonora Cohen. So, hi Sarah.
Hello Emma.
So tell us a bit about Leonora and her suffragette activities, please.
So Leonora is an amazing woman who we are delighted to have her archive in Leeds Museums and Galleries. She was known for sort of three main acts of militancy, and she was arrested and imprisoned 3 times. But the main thing she's known for is throwing an iron bar in the Tower of London. It's quite an extreme act of militancy. So she is sometimes known as the Tower Suffragette. We try really hard in Leeds to reclaim her as the Leeds Suffragette. But the main thing she is known for is following a group of school children into the Jewel House at the Tower of London. It's not where it is now, it is slightly different. And taking an iron bar that she'd pre-prepared the night before, filing it off a fireplace, very ingenious, make your own crowbar, and throwing it at a jewel case containing the Order of Merit. So sometimes it is slightly misquoted that she threw it at the Crown Jewels. That sounds a lot more exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but isn't actually true. And she did make sure that she did it safely and that there were no children in the way. She's very, very adamant on that when we have some recordings of her. So that is the main thing that she is known for. I will say as well that she does actually manage to talk her way into get acquitted for that. So she defends herself in court. She is charged for willful and malicious damage over £5, and she manages to get a quote for £4.10. So to prove that the charge was wrong, not that she didn't do it, but that she'd been charged with the wrong thing. Under £5 it would have been a fine, over £5 it was an automatic prison sentence. So she argues that she's been charged with the wrong thing. So that's the main thing she's known for. She was very much a celebrity in her own lifetime, but she is slightly forgotten now. So we're trying to get the word out that she was an awesome woman in her own right, not just as an offshoot of the Pankhurst family.
She sounds amazing. Would she have known Emmeline Pankhurst and her family though?
She absolutely did know Emmeline. So she is referred to as one of the bodyguards of Emmeline Pankhurst. So she was a little bit older than some of the others, so I don't think she's one of the jiu-jitsu suffragettes. She's slightly older, but she was definitely referred to in her lifetime and later in her Times obituary as a bodyguard at Emmeline. We also know she was in the same room as Emmeline when they got the telegraph from Herbert Asquith to say that he'd changed his mind about giving women suffrage in 1911. So she was sat in the same room at the same table, very close to Emmeline. So she has to have been in the inner circle to have been there at the time. So we definitely know she did know Emmeline.
Amazing. But we also know she wasn't just a suffragette, so she went on to have a long career campaigning. So what else can you tell us about her after she was a suffragette?
So Leonora lived to be 105. She was very much a rounded character. She was very, very passionate for votes for women, but she also, very much like Sylvia Pankhurst, wanted wider social reform and social change. So she does get involved in quite a few other campaigns as well. Shortly after the cessation of militant acts in 1914, she goes and joins a munitions factory. She lasts 3 weeks on the shop floor and stops doing that in order to create a trade union for munition workers, particularly female munition workers. After the end of the First World War, she becomes a JP and spends...
So Justice of the Peace.
Yeah, so she spends 30 years as a Justice of the Peace. She campaigns for better living conditions and organises a withdrawal or withholding of rent from private landlords until they get better standards. She also, later in life, gets involved in saving giant redwoods in California. So she disappears off to America with a British campaign to save giant redwoods in California. And she's in a sort of her late 80s, early 90s at this point, and is still campaigning.
She just sounds like an awesome woman. So why is it important that we know about her? Because obviously here at the Pankhurst Centre we know about the Pankhursts, but there were many other women involved. So why Leonora?
So I think it's really important. I think one of the reasons that Leonora is so interesting is one, that she had a very, very long and very active life. But we do know so much about her firsthand because she left her entire archive to Leeds Museums and Galleries. So we know that things that aren't just gossip, they aren't second-hand. We do have her actual accounts. We've got her scrapbook in which she collected lots of things that were general around the suffrage campaign, but about herself as well. And where she doesn't agree with the journalist, she's corrected them in purple pen. Even her corrections are on-brand Suffragette colours.
Fabulous.
So she is somebody who absolutely dedicated her life to various campaigning, so starting with suffrage, but certainly later on, just any sense of injustice. Leonora is in there, and I think sort of standing up for what you believe in, no matter what the personal cost. I mean, she lost lots of friends over it. Her husband was very supportive, her child was very supportive, but her child was bullied at school. Her husband's business suffered. One of the quotes of one of his sort of colleagues at the time was like, "If I had a wife like yours, I would tie her to the table leg." So there were lots of personal sacrifices that she made to support what she thought was right, and I think it's really important, particularly at the moment, that everybody stands up for what they believe in.
Amazing, thank you. And you mentioned that Leeds have some of her archives. Is there anywhere in Leeds that anyone who wants to find out more about Leonora could go to find out some more?
There absolutely is. So there is a permanent display in Leeds City Museum. So anybody who's interested in finding out more about Leonora can go for a visit. It's a free museum in the centre of Leeds, great public transport, and there is a permanent display there. If anybody's really wants to know even more, do contact us, and you can come and see her archive, make an appointment.
And I'll pop the contact details on this film later on. So thank you so much, Sarah. We're now off to go and do talk to other members of the public about Leonora Cohen. If you do want to visit the museum and you haven't, we're open Thursdays and Sundays here at 62 Nelson Street in Manchester. We're right next to the Manchester Royal Infirmary, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you.